According to a later horoscope, Nicolaus Copernicus was born on February 19, 1473 in the city of Torn in the province of Royal Croatia in the crown of the Kingdom of Poland. His father was a merchant from Krakow and his mother was the daughter of a wealthy Turan merchant. Nicholas are the youngest of four children. Copernicus lived in the same house as his principal astronomer at the University of Dominica Maria de Navarra. At University of Krakow, he studied liberal arts, including astronomy and astrology. He is one of the most prominent names in the history of astronomy and modern science in general. During his years of studies, he traveled to Italy, where he picked up other languages, including Latin, Italian, and Greek. He was believed to be a polyglot who understood at least 5 languages. He was a notable economist, renowned for being an astronomer. Copernicus had a doctorate in canon law. He was also known to be a classic scholar, physician, diplomat, and of course, a notable economist. His contribution to this discipline remains relevant to this present day. Copernicus was a Renaissance polymath, active as a mathematician, astronomer, and Catholic canon, who formulated a model of the universe that placed the sun rather than the earth at its center. In all likelihood, Copernicus developed his model independently of Aristarchus of Samos, an ancient Greek astronomer who had formulated such a model some 18th centuries earlier. Copernicus, known for heliocentrism, quantitative theory of money, Greece, and Copernicus law. He was died on 24 May 1543 at the age of 17.
What did Nicolaus Copernicus discover? In the revolution of the heavenly spheres, Copernicus' groundbreaking argument that Earth and the planets revolve around the Sun led him to make a number of other major astronomical discoveries. While revolving around the Sun, Earth, he argued, spins on its axis daily. Earth takes 1 year to orbit the Sun and during this time wobbles gradually on its axis, which accounts for the precession of the equinoxes. Major flaws in the work include his concept of the Sun as the center of the whole universe, not just the solar system, and his failure to grasp the reality of elliptical orbits, which forced him to incorporate numerous epicycles into his system as did Ptolemy. Copernicus did not have the tools to prove his theories. Ptolemaic system. The cosmology of early 16th century Europe held that Earth sat stationary and motionless at the center of several rotating, concentric spheres that bore the celestial bodies, the Sun, the Moon, the known planets, and the stars. From ancient times, philosophers adhered to the belief that the heavens were arranged in circles, which by definition are perfectly round, causing confusion among astronomers who recorded the often eccentric motion of the planets, which sometimes appeared to halt in their orbit of Earth and move retrograde across the sky. In the 2nd century, Ptolemy sought to resolve this problem by arguing that the Sun, planets, and Moon move in small circles around much larger circles that revolve around Earth. These small circles he called epicycles, and by incorporating numerous epicycles rotating at varying speeds he made his celestial system correspond with most astronomical observation on record. The Ptolemaic system remained Europe's accepted cosmology for more than 1,000 years, but by Copernicus' day, accumulated astronomical evidence had thrown some of his theories into confusion. Astronomers disagreed on the order of the planets from Earth, and it was this problem that Copernicus addressed at the beginning of the 16th century. Ptolemy said that Earth was the center of the universe and was motionless. He believed all other heavenly bodies moved in complicated patterns around the Earth. Copernicus felt that Ptolemy's theory was incorrect. Sometime between 1507 and 1515, he first circulated the principles of this heliocentric or sun-centered astronomy. Copernicus' observations of the heavens were made with the naked eye. He died more than 50 years before Galileo became the first person to study the skies with a telescope. From his observations, Copernicus concluded that every planet, including Earth, revolved around the Sun. He also determined that the Earth rotates daily on its axis and that the Earth's motion affected what people saw in the heavens. With no concept of gravity, Earth and the planets still revolve around the Sun on giant transparent spheres. In his dedication of the outer revolution of heavenly spheres, an extremely dense scientific work, Copernicus noted that mathematics is written for mathematicians. If the work were more accessible, many would have objected to its non-biblical and hence heretical concept of the universe. For decades, on the revolution of the heavenly spheres remained unknown to all but the most sophisticated astronomers, and most of these men, while admiring some of Copernicus' arguments, rejected his heliocentric basis.
Heliocentric theory, proposed by Nicolaus Copernicus. The word helios in Greek means sun. Heliocentric means that the sun is at the center. A heliocentric system is one in which the planets revolve around a fixed sun. Thus Mercury, Venus, the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn all revolve around the Sun. The Moon is the only celestial sphere in the system which revolves around the Earth, and together with it around the Sun. There are three characteristics of the heliocentric model. First is the Sun is at the center of the solar system. Second, the Earth revolves around the Sun. And last is all the other planets revolve around the Sun as well. The heliocentric theory was first proposed by an astronomer and mathematician named Aristarchus of Samos in the 3rd century BCE. At the time, other astronomers rejected the theory because they thought there would be more parallax shift if the Earth orbited the Sun, and the loss of scientific works of the Hellenistic era.
Nicolaus Copernicus' death and legacy. Nicolaus Copernicus died on May 24, 1543 in what is now Fromberg, Holland. Largely unknown outside of academic circles, he died the year in his major work was published, saving him from the outrage of some religious leaders who later began condemn his heliocentric view of the universe as heresy. One of those critics was Martin Luther, the infamous Vatican critic who was one of the founders of the Reformation. Luther stated that this fool wishes to reverse the entire science as astronomy. But sacred scripture tells us that Joshua commanded the sun of stand still and not the earth. The Vatican did eventually ban on the revolution of the heavenly spheres in 1616. It was not until the early 17th century that Galileo and Johannes Kepler developed and popularized the Copernican theory, which from Galileo resulted in a trial of conviction for heresy. Following Isaac Newton's work in celestial mechanics in the late 17th century, acceptance of the Copernican theory spread rapidly in non-Catholic churches, and by the late 18th century, the Copernican view of the solar system was almost universally accepted.
Centuries after his burial, in an unmarked grave beneath the floor of the Fromborg Cathedral, Copernicus' remains were finally given a hero's burial in 2010. His body was identified using DNA analysis of the skull, which matched the DNA found in hairs that were tacked in the pages of books that Copernicus owned. His black granite tombstone is now marked with a heliocentric model of the solar system, featuring a golden sun encircled by 6 planets. Copernicus reached a great milestone when it comes to legacy. He began the scientific revolution with his important and famous heliocentric system, which changed the way the world was viewed. It may took long duration before everyone accepted his major theory. Some of the major scientists that followed Copernicus' footsteps and proved him right. Nicolaus' work led to a huge shift in astronomy. the Copernican revolution, let us learn that the Sun is the center of the solar system and not the Earth.